Tomorrow night at fireworks time, some breezy conditions which could be problematic, and a high temperature of 85 degrees, and maybe some of those dry thunderstorms producing some erratic gusty winds, which is what we just don't need for the fireworks. But it's going to be here, and we're going to talk about red flag warnings which are in effect and what you can expect for the rest of the weekend. That's coming up in the fresh air forecast. Back to you guys.
All right, we'll talk to you in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Thanks, Sterling.
Right, it played out like a Hollywood action movie. The rescue of 15 hostages, including 3 Americans from a Colombian jungle.
Tonight, Colombians everywhere, including right here in Utah, are celebrating the heroic rescue. Christina Flores live in Salt Lake City. And Christina, what are local Colombians saying about the operation?
Well, they are saying this is a big emotional event for all Colombian Americans. In fact, one woman here in Utah who is Colombian owns this newspaper. She proudly put the story right on the front page. But this event isn't just a big deal for Colombians. They say it holds a greater message for the entire world.
This is the kind of news that we would like to have every day.
Gladys Gonzalez and her daughter Sandra Plazas are thrilled about their front page news.
You know, there was no eyes of Colombians yesterday that were dry. Everybody was crying.
The rescue of 15 hostages, including a one-time Colombian presidential candidate, and 3 Americans who were held captive in the jungle for at least 5 years, is life-changing news for many. For decades, the kidnappers, a rebel group known as FARC, has terrorized Colombians, forcing many to flee.
When I left my country, the situation was terrible.
Hard to live.
Sergio Fernandez, now a Utahn, was born in Colombia.
Again, you go out at night, you didn't know if you were going to be assassinated, you didn't know if you were going to kidnap.
The rescue played out like a movie. The Colombian military infiltrated the rebel group, getting them to board 2 helicopters with the hostages. Once on board, the kidnappers were overpowered. The hostages were freed. As the Colombian president ordered, the operation happened without violence.
No bloodshed whatsoever.
Sergio says the current president has changed Colombia, and the recent events will help.
Colombia is, I would say to you right now, visit. You'll be safe.
Gladys says the peaceful rescue is a message to the world that terrorism can be defeated. While she's proud to be American, she says her heart is still in Colombia.
I really would like to see my country really be free.
Now, on July 20th, the president of Colombia will lead a rally there in that country. It'll be a peaceful rally where they will rally for the liberation of hundreds of hostages that are still held captive there. And Gladys, the owner of this newspaper, and her daughters say they plan to organize a local rally here on that same day at the city and county building. They would like to invite anyone to attend to rally for peace all over the world. Mark and Shauna, back to you.
All right, Christina, thanks.
The Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office